Okay, I'm back.
Alright,
I don't
I
know if
guess
everyone
we're
else
gonna
is. We'll give everybody a moment to
give a
reconvene.
recap in your recordings since we missed. Damn, we missed the whole thing with the farmer.
I know that makes me.
I know that makes
Don't
me
carry
a
it.
big sad.
This is I broke our sessions into 30 different videos. And this is the first time it went corrupt. Ugh, that's annoying. Oh well. It is what it is.
We need the carrot man to be back.
So yeah,
Let's go meet up with the rest of the crew.
I'll do a quick narration. So
Just banging on the door.
the party spoke with the royal guards. The royal guards blackmailed the party into complying with them and paying off a crazed farmer who was upset at his carrot stock
You weren't blackmailed.
Cletus!
burned in his wagon. The elite guard made it clear that the party knew about their plot to start a massive high hunt throughout Gryhold. But the party was sort of put in an unfair situation because they were seen by the public as bringing the dragon into Gryhold, causing this damage. And they met a new man named Zathrates, which is willing to help him and has military experience throughout the realm. He brought them into his home, and they discussed what their next step would be in the journey. Yeah, I've been drinking. Okay, so is everybody here? And what's the plan?
I have also been drinking. I think
Excellent.
weren't we gonna head to the Great Library?
Kethethos is gonna put on his big boy boots and lead everyone towards the Great
Hey.
Library.
I have a question before we go. Do we need my part of the map? Because I got this Sandra pulls out this like incomplete map of the Great Library. Because you guys also found a full map, right?
I have a full map of it. I
So
pull
like,
out the full map. I'm like, is there anything different between the two?
I don't know. You want to compare them?
Yeah, let's compare them.
I'm gonna hold it up so Lorian can look at both maps.
Okay, your map, Sandro, basically shows rooms 6, 5, 4, 1, and 9, and 10, and a bit of the legend on the right side, and that's all that you have. And it matches exactly with Lorian's map, but Lorian's map is more full, and it is the one that I just shared with the party here.
I wonder what room 23 is. That's interesting.
Looks
like it's full of
Unseeable
crystals.
Hollows. So, are we expecting a fight in the Great Library, or are we meeting somebody there?
So, out of character, I'll do a quick recap because it has been a lot of time IRL. The whole plan was to somehow infiltrate. So, Solomon Hornsby is a man who recommended that you sneak in at night and break in and try to subdue guards without killing them in order to get in and somehow find a scroll of greater dispel to break down the prismatic wall around the palace, which will allow you to infiltrate and assassinate the false king. However, you all went up and talked with the front guards and said that only somebody with a diplomatic standing in the city would have access in there, or other, great court mages who had to do studies there, or things like that. You were turned away, and then you were able to find this very detailed map of the Great Library and its hidden passages in the Thieves Guild, which was an adventure of itself.
Right, and is there something in this map that shows us a way to get in, other than the front?
Make an intelligence roll, or you can use the map itself to discern that. Everyone can make an intelligence roll, actually, because let's just say you unraveled it on the table there for all to see.
I mean, like, there's a hidden sanctum, and there's the unstable hollows, and whatever the fuck the keeper is, and...
A lot of intelligence roll this round. I'm sorry, guys. I like to diversify, but it just seems to be like a lot of memory recall and things like that for this round. So, Lorian Cathrites, especially with his ability to read maps and his tactical mind, and Ulrich come to the conclusion that Zathrites doesn't know about the scroll you're looking for, but he does make note of a secret hidden passage at number 20, hidden rooms at 19 and 18. Lorian takes note, and Ulrich take note of the room number 18, which says Ancient Scrolls, and note that it's hidden behind walls. Mm-hmm. And Lorian takes note of the hidden sanctum She's not really sure what that means or what that is. But she sees that the passage does seem to originate from the room 22, which is labeled the Keeper. The main entrance looks like number 1 with the main lobby.
That's ominous. I wonder what the Keeper is.
22 is some boss-ass arena. That makes me nervous.
Yeah, it's
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Some big-ass magic and mechanical construct or some shit. Just wait. They made some golem out of crystal that's gonna fry our asses.
Cathestus is gonna point out the multiple areas that might be able to be snuck into. We could jump around through here, but what I reckon is I got my ranking that could probably get us through normally.
Well, if we could get in normally, that would probably be best.
That way you don't have to sneak around.
Is this library guarded by the same guards that guard the king? Or same kind of guards?
I just remembered we knew a diplomat down at the inn too. Like, if your rank can't get us in, then I could probably, as a backup, cast Disguise Self and make myself look like the diplomat that we met, because he should have diplomatic status to get into the library.
How's that gonna get all of us in there with you?
Well, I've hired you to assist me with my research.
Well, walk and talk, yes?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go.
Everybody make a perception roll.
Here we go.
We're being spied on.
Finally, a proficiency I have.
Everyone make one?
Yes, everyone.
We're all
Chris, we got the good
horrifyingly
numbers.
average.
We're like, it's a house.
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, huh?
Rosalind, you hear some rustling outside in the bushes, and you hear a light tapping at the door.
Is there an open window?
The windows are closed.
Oh fuck!
Tap.
I'm just gonna jump out and kick
Go
its
to
ass.
door.
The air is very brisk in Gryhold, especially this time of year. It is winter, and this is just at the base of the northern Dwellin Mountains. This is a very cold, icy city, generally. But you do hear a tapping at the door and rustling in the bushes around outside. A knocking at the door, if you will.
Do you tell us about it, Russell?
Yes, I do tell you about it, because that's weird.
Okay,
Just going
we gotta
to-
find out what's in the bushes. Something has been spying on us. And also somebody at the door.
Cathestus is gonna walk down to the door, open it. It's his house.
I got his back.
Alright, Cathestus. Fuck. Cathestus opens the door. Threfties, yeah.
You got a weird ass name, you Greek bastard.
I'm sorry, who opens the door?
Kathy. Threftis.
You see a pureblood 1T at your door.
Fuck.
He seems to be somewhat panicked, but calm enough to speak clearly.
Hello there. I apologize for the intrusion, but it seems as though the city is on fire. Would it be alright if I came in for a moment or two?
That is going to squint. Is there anything I can roll to discern how honest he's being with me?
Absolutely, you can roll an insight roll. So before I explain what you discern from your insight roll, you do know that pureblood 1Ts are widely accepted in society, although their brethren, the 1T, can sometimes be more mischievous and live in the wild. The pureblood 1Ts are more human-like, and you know that the more human-like a 1T is, the more powerful their magic is, but also the more quote-unquote civilized they are, and accepted in these greater cities. And you know that there is a presence of pureblood 1T in and around Venzia, which is to the east and the capital of the realm. But you don't see 1T purebloods too often in Gryhold, but they're not completely unseen. You see that he is concerned and that the city is indeed on fire, so it's a legitimate concern, it's a legitimate reason. He seems perturbed, but doing his best to sort of present himself in a respectful manner as he is tapping upon your door and your residence. So yeah, you think he's honest.
Why would you go into a building when the city's on fire?
Yeah, that seems like a bad idea.
Don't let him in.
Are we leaving?
Yeah, we are living. That seems. How much money would he have on him? I didn't roll for anything like that.
You can make an
Main goal,
investigation to
I think he's talking about his own money.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your
Yeah,
own
how
money.
much money would that this? Yeah.
Well, we're going to say that you're fairly well off. You have you were only here for a couple of months, yet you have a beautiful home here in Gryold. You have prestige in the military. We're going to say that you have on your person none, but in your house we're going to say about 1,800 GP.
Oh.
Wow.
I'm going to turn back to Sandro while I'm standing in the doorway. Upstairs in my study, I have behind the book with military tactics, there is a bag of gold. Bring out 20 pieces. I'll give it to him so he can get enough rooms, enough stay at the end to get through the burning city.
All right.
Oh, no,
So Sandra walks upstairs, walks past all the magic people, looks at one book, pulls out this big bag of money, and just like grabs some coins out of it and puts it back, and then goes back downstairs.
Do you all come down to the main room, toward the front
I
door there?
had come down already.
Is everyone down, ready to head out and out by the front door almost?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Leftus is going to grab the gold, separate it half, give 10 to the what's the race name?
Yuan-ti.
Yeah,
He's a pure blood Yuan-ti. You don't know his name yet. He is dressed. I will add, he is dressed very well and has a kind of like a walking stick, a fanciful walking stick, sort of like a staff even.
I'm gonna give this man money. He looks like he's just coming from the gala.
That is going to give him 5 in total. Keep 15 on him, since I think inns are pretty cheap.
He'll hold a hand up. I apologize. You misunderstand. I'm merely seeking refuge for an hour or so.
Not
until
here.
the fire subsides.
And I've given you money to take refuge in the inn as we are leaving. And I unfortunately cannot let strangers into my house, but I do not desire to let you go alone and unsafe.
That's very understandable.
Lorian, please make a perception roll. Oh my goodness, that's a nice roll. On the man's robe, you notice something. I will share the image one moment. Here we go. You notice this, and I would like you to make an intelligence roll to see if it means anything to you. With a 14, you do recall seeing a similar brooch on the man that you were talking with that evening in the inn.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, yes?
Would you happen to be a diplomat?
Well, I'm a representative of my people, if that's what you're referring to.
Yes, well, I noticed your brooch, and I had spoken to a gentleman earlier who had a similar one who was a diplomat. He was representing a nation out east.
Well, I represent the purebloods of Venzaya.
Oh, I see.
And their interests.
I turn to Zathras and say, should we perhaps have a conversation with this person?
Talk and walk.
You're telling me after what just happened with the guards, this man that we need to talk to just happens to knock on our door?
Good point. Would you like to accompany us? We're actually walking to the Great Library, which should be safer than just about any place in town.
Why, yes, I agree. That's quite a pleasant idea, actually. I suppose so.
It's probably better than hiding in a house that might also burn down. I mean, hopefully not Zathras, but...
A very good point.
I come out and I say, just one moment. And I walk over to the bushes.
Fireball.
Do I see any signs of somebody having been there? Or is there someone in the bushes?
So on the first floor, you see that there is a window there. You think that maybe he was frantically looking for a safe place, as the wagon outside across the street was literally on fire, and there's a dead dragon in the courtyard.
I can see how that might be distressing. Yes. Okay.
But it's a dead dragon.
Indeed.
We saw something in the bushes. Oh yeah, yeah. We killed that dragon, by the way. So you're pretty safe with us, I'd say.
Oh, did you?
Alright.
Now? Well,
Everybody come on
that's
outside.
quite a heroic feat, I would say.
How can does this discern how likely his house is to burn down from this?
So even without a roll, you know that this is one of the few houses in this district that are actually of original dwarven masonry. As I said, you are fairly well off, and you were able to land this as an elderly couple was moving out of Gryhold. It is made of stone, and a lot of the other houses are more contemporary, made of wood from human carpenters. So you're pretty fair off. If anything, the roof is made of a combination of wood and tiles. So that's kind of the most dangerous thing, and you do realize that maybe the embers of other fires could set it on fire, but you don't see any immediately close to your house aside from the wagon here. And then Reslin, I would also like you to make an insight roll on this pureblood Wanti, which you know is to be a race that is in the realm, like you're familiar with the Wanti.
An insight roll, you said, yeah?
An insight roll, yeah. Oh my goodness, a 22, excellent.
Oh.
So, as you come outside of the front door onto the sidewalk, you do very quickly and very subtly catch him checking you out a little bit. You think that maybe he's into tieflings.
Let's do it!
Darth, this is also going to lock his house too. With the key.
Flowers, time for some vocal ERP with the Canadian. I'll be quiet
Alright,
for you.
guys, I'll be right back.
Darth, this is going to start making way towards the Great Library if everyone follows. And even if everyone doesn't.
Sounds
Gang's
good.
all here. Let's go, boys.
That is northbound. Yep.
I look at the Yanti, and I say, "So, what's your name? Do you come to Gryhold often?"
Oh, I apologize for not introducing myself earlier. My name is Yolai. I'm staying here for the time being, representing my people in Venzaya. It's been a grueling few months.
I imagine so, with a dead king replaced by a doppelganger.
Yes, well, the current lockdown on the city has ensured that I do not return home for quite some time.
Did you just tell this random guy the king's a doppelganger?
He just kind of glosses over it.
So when you do say that, Yolai is taken aback, but he sort of just rolls with assuming that is maybe a figure of speech or a bit of sarcasm.
Can you stop telling people our secrets? God
It's like,
damn
the
it!
the sheer like audacity of the statement is just like blows right past it. It's like he could not even recognize something so fucking audacious.
He figures that maybe it is a figure of speech from another land. What's the word?
That's okay, if we got anything out of it, we could just kill him.
Not a metaphor.
Colloquialism.
Colloquialism. There you go.
Lorian, I don't know if people are noticing, but Lorian's not so okay, but
Are we the bad guy?
Are we gonna try to get into the Great Library right now? Because Sandro and Falmon are still covered in blood.
So you could I will say out of character, you can use prestidigitation to clean some of that up.
Okay. Yes, I will start. I will start cleaning my party members with prestidigitation.
I don't want you to touch me.
You don't have to touch him.
Myself.
I'm not gonna touch you.
I mean, Falminar blends right into the armor.
Lorian thinks of Reslin as like sort of this like special needs ward, who like kind of needs to be like watched over because she doesn't. Lorian doesn't think that Reslin could survive on her own.
That's hard.
Wow.
Damn.
Alright,
That's
so
okay.
Craig, we need some burn
how
cream
long
for that,
is
damn.
the Great Library as a walk from where we are?
So it depends. It depends what pace you're moving. If you're moving at a brisk pace, it'll be about 10 minutes. If it's a slow pace, it'll be about 15 minutes.
Hephaestus wants to get there. Probably a bit of a fast
Oh.
walk.
Can I like scout ahead to make sure you got like a safe path?
Oh, yeah,
Absolutely. Make a. I hate to say it, but it's gonna be another perception roll. I hate the way some rolls are just more common than others.
Because I'm just gonna just run ahead and like
So-
come up a building.
So as you do that, you see Rohal running up to you, and he says in his Rohal, that is one of your party members. That's
Oh yeah, he's back here.
Yeah, he runs up and says, Nimlalwe has been injured while we were saving others, but she's going to be okay. And he says so in his like kind of proper elven, with his elven accent, and he says, she's injured, but I came to check up on all of you. How are you?
Well, we're going to the Great Library.
I did.
I know you wanted to get in.
Okay, man.
Yes, I've been very interested in that, but I want to make sure that your journey is safe before I go back to Nimlalwe and bring her to the infirmary.
Sure. I think we're okay.
And Lorien, please take this dead fairy that I've shown you before to be investigated at the Great Library. If I can't make it there, I want you to be able to research it for me.
I will do so. Sure.
So he hands you the little pouch, and he walks with you briskly. And Sandro, your roll was an 18, so you do see some smoke billowing from the direction of the Great Library.
Oh no.
No books.
No.
Threftus is going to say, the infirmary is not a good idea. You seem to be slowly turning into enemies of the state. Take her somewhere else.
And Roja says that's
Oh shit!
that's not possible.
I gotta find where everybody went because I'm not with everybody else.
Sorry, I didn't get you in there. Sorry, I didn't get you in there. Sorry. They're kind of heading
like
up in this
farther
way
ahead.
as the conversation carries on. Yeah, everyone's sort of moving this way. Is there anything else that anyone wants to say before heading in that direction? Any questions for anybody? Anything that needs to be
Is the
clarified?
guy that was checking out Resolin coming with us?
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
He's with us.
He's this guy. He's this guy right here.
Yo, this will be double kill time.
So you see that he's also he's finely
time.
dressed. You know, he's dressed, and he did mention that he is representing his people from Venzia, Reslin. So you know that for him to be all the way here, you know, he gets around. He's dressed well. He's affluent, and he's a representative of his people. Make a
Also looks like a.
Let's see what roll we're going to make. Make a will save. A will save.
Who?
Reslin.
Oh
What's
no!
Make a will save.
Wisdom save, not a will
Oh,
save.
well.
And wisdom save, that's in the saving throws, which is above your other like
Oh.
stuff like acrobatics and stuff. Yeah.
You're a little bit charmed. You're just a little bit charmed by his appearance alone. You think he's a good-looking fellow.
Oh, like a spell, Steve?
Not even like a spell. I will say out of character, it's not a spell.
Attractive.
If anything, I should have probably done like a charisma save, but fuck it. I'm going wisdom save because yeah.
Threftus is going to lean down to Sandra as they're walking together.
Sandro is like a couple hundred feet ahead. Like he just,
Oh, you're
he just like.
ahead. Okay.
It's weird how he runs because it's not even like he's moving quickly. It's just like he takes such long, like gliding strides. He just is gone down the
I'll
street.
wait for you to be near us again then.
But
So
Like we're-
Yole seems to be a little curious as to where you're all heading and why you're moving in such a brisk manner, as he was looking for refuge.
Yeah, we're going where hopefully it won't be on fire.
Going forward, and we're going there the fastest
Yes,
most people.
I.
Reslin's gonna get salmonella if he hooks up with this snake.
You guys win. Roll a con save.
Wow.
Hey, but you know, I guess on the plus, stakes do have double. Anyway, let's. Where are we going? To the Great
So
Library?
Yole does speak up along the walk though, and he says,
Yes, it is a regretful, unfortunate situation that Gryhold has found itself in. Hopefully the library was left untouched by the flames. We can only hope.
I should hope so. That
And like on cue, Sandra comes back. Yeah, there's a fire by the Great Library. I can't quite tell where. There's a lot of smoke.
Then move faster.
Just comes out of nowhere.
You just like freaking.
Like leaves off the third story of a building, just lands next to you guys. Yeah, there's a fire.
Oh,
for fuck's
that
sake.
is
No
a problem.
books.
Jesus Christ.
So, all of you make a perception roll, please.
Yeah, no, it's on fire, Steve. I don't need to roll for that.
You do see a raging fire and some damage to the bridge itself.
Definitely a fire.
But Ulrich in particular, Ulrich and Sandra, you see in the distance only one of the guards remain. It is a human guard, standing upon its ramparts with a crossbow, in panic, not knowing what to do. And he shouts out, "You there, be careful!"
How's this bridge on fire?
I shout back, "The dragon is slain!"
Bridge is still on fire, though. We need to
Thank the heavens! But we must do something about this fire! Everyone has gone off to help the city. Please help us!
Oh, all right, we'll do what we can. Okay.
I don't think I can lightning bolt the fire away, can I?
What is burning specifically? That's a good question.
Yeah.
So it is dragon fire, literally, which has been sprayed upon the bridge here.
Too bad we don't have Rohal with us. He could have like moved water up.
Rohal is with you, as he said he was going to escort you to the Great Library to make sure your journey was safe before going back to help them Nalwe. He's sort of like dashing like Legolas. He's kind of like, he can be kind of annoying sometimes and be very opinionated, but at times he's also very dashing and kind of like charges in and helps.
Rohal, can you make it rain?
Do the water thing.
Or move some water from underneath up onto the bridge and put it
So
fire.
before you speak, before you finish what you're saying, you recognize a familiar tongue in Elvish, but not just Elvish, but an arcane incantrips, and he is then calling forth water to rise from here. And make an I'll have Ulrich, Rezelin, and Lorian make an Arcana roll.
All the magic people.
Yeah, we got some magic people. So Ulrich with a 17, even though he has a 17, he still doesn't recognize it because he's kind of like, he's pretending to be a wizard. He's a warlock. And Rezelin, even though she only got a 7, since she's a sorceress, she does understand kind of the more natural magics, more so than even Lorien. And she recognizes the spell to be Tidal Wave. And he's pulling forth a large wave of water coming up from this hole here, and it washes over the flames and extinguishes them, clearing your path entirely.
Nice.
And there's still a little bit of flame just flickering up at the top of the ramparts there, but they're not doing any serious damage to the stone. And this guard up here with the crossbow he's speechless. He witnessed what appears to be a druidic miracle. He doesn't have druids come through the city too often, as it's a big urban focal point. But yeah, he's waving you over. He's waving all of you over.
You're welcome. Okay, well let's go up. I turn to the Yanti and I say, well, the Great Library is not on fire anymore.
On fire, no more.
Indeed, thanks to an excellent display of arcane mastery.
Yeah, good job, Rohal.
Just, exactly who might you, band of merry fellows, be to possess such power?
Well, I am Lorien. Oh my god, I forgot my fucking last name. What the fuck's my last name?
Marzipan.
Who am I?
Elmer? Is that a...
something tongue. Anyway, my name is Lorien. I am a noble from far away, and I have come to this area on family business when I discovered a massive plot to destroy everything we love in the world, so I've kind of been caught up in that. Yup. Pretty much.
Would Yolai know anything about what she's mentioning? This,
No, he doesn't.
world-ending
He hasn't
occurrence?
heard anything. He hasn't heard anything about any of this.
So
Yeah,
you
based
you
on what
might
Lorian said.
you might want to know, since you're a representative of your people. Your people might want to know. Oh my God! It's a hold on.
The 1T, the pureblood 1T.
The 1T, yes. Yeah. Are you familiar with the ancient one, Ganadar?
Am I familiar with the ancient Gunatars? GM, the line?
Actually, make a religion roll. Yeah, I'm asking an NPC to make a religion roll. Let's. I can do that. Roll.
Oh.
20.
Ooh,
I'm not sure.
spicy!
I'm not sure it's your modifier. We got a fucking 1. Yeah, so you have no clue who Ganadar is.
To
be honest,
zero. Actually,
Ganadar,
I think the modifier would be -1, but yeah.
Ganadar is actually also a pretty obscure, like, ancient deity as well. So yeah, you have no clue who Ganadar is.
Okay.
I can't say I'm familiar. I'm sorry, you said, what was it, world-ending plot?
Yes, so
Lorian,
Ganadar...
quit giving our secrets to random strangers, please.
This isn't a secret. This everybody needs to know. This is something threatening the entire
Yeah,
world.
I still don't trust the snake.
So, racist. So Ganadar... Ganadar is an ancient deity. Very, very old, primordial, and quite evil. Hates most of the other gods, loves the drow goddess. But he wants to basically tear down all other gods and their temples and followers and replace them with him, take over the world and make it a slime and tentacle-ridden hellscape.
Hey, let's get inside.
Yes.
Well, that doesn't sound pleasant.
No, so we're trying to stop that from happening.
Is the gate open?
Locked it.
The gate is not open. You can see within the portcullis that it's not open.
Open the gate up there.
I'm tasked with guarding this. Everyone else has left. All the court wizards have left.
Where is there a lever in sight?
It's not within sight. You don't see
okay.
anything. Even without a roll, you cannot see it.
Are there holes through this gate?
We have...
Is there a chance I could cast my Manifest Echo through the sight gate?
Can you give me a quick reminder of what Manifest Echo is? It sounds epic as shit.
Just click it and send it.
And then we'll have a healer.
I'm tasked with guarding the library, while everyone else went off to help the city.
We have an important personage here who is looking for some place safe to go and is also interested in the library. I point to YOLO.
Yolai.
That's a good nickname.
Yolanda, whatever.
I'll call you YOLO.
I point to YOLO.
YOLO.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still a little caught up on this, whole end of the world thing you mentioned. Could we go back to that for just one second?
No, we gotta get inside and go. We don't have time.
So, while they're bickering, I want to manifest an echo within the gates, or within the walls of here. And so you said everyone else is basically gone, right? Is what the guard up there said.
Well, he says that. So I think Artemis was. I'm sorry, I'm getting all these people mixed up. Sorry. Yeah, your character was never here recently. But by living here for a few months, that there's normally several guard here, and even some invisible stalkers that are also roaming the ramparts. So you know for a fact that there are less people here than normal. You only see this guy here. He's saying that the others went to go help. And you know that there is a portcullis between you and the entrance of the main lobby of the library. You don't know if there's any magic at play as well, but you know that there's at least a portcullis.
What is a portcullis?
It's one of those, like, big grit-looking, mesh-looking gates that are made out of, like, metal or wood.
Iron
like
gate.
Alright, I'm gonna look up at the guard. Is there any way that you can Let us in. We need to be in.
I don't know. What's going on out there? I saw a dragon.
Dragon's dead.
What do you mean it's dead?
We led with that. We first showed up.
Yeah, we told him it's dead.
You see him look beyond the bridge, and you see other flames still roaring throughout the city, but you're not... Yeah. So he seems to be like he's still trying to judge whether or not you're telling the truth based on his look there.
Is there a way to open the gate inside?
Why are you so intent on coming to the library during a fire and a dragon attack?
I have someone I need to see.
Make a persuasion roll.
Tell him you're a captain. Get advantage.
I need my books.
Oh yeah, he will. He will pull out the
Will that work?
little.
Go ahead before you make your perception roll. Go ahead and see what you can muster up with your ranking, because this is a soldier.
He's going to pull out the little. I assume he has a medal of his ranking.
His clothing may have a rank on there if he's interested in that. I mean, you could also have maybe a military weapon, like a ceremonial weapon of some sort. I don't know. You tell me. Your character's like brand new.
A war medallion of his.
That's fine. Sure. Okay.
He's gonna pull that out, gesture it up towards the guard. Look. We're fellow guardsmen, aren't we? We can work something out. I just need to get in and speak to someone important.
So now, out of character, since this all kind of happened very quickly, and I didn't have a whole lot of time to review the character, remind me, did he earn that in a specific region on my map, or is that to be determined still?
He traveled around the... because his parents were guardsmen, and whenever they were stationed, he had to move to that city, and eventually he took up that mantle as an adult and traveled around multiple different cities within this map, if that's okay, and served in different cities before coming to Gryhold, and eventually.
So we're gonna say that it's actually from Vencia, which is very prestigious. That's also where you would most likely have gained some of your wealth and prestige, even though you're all the way out here. We can talk out of character about kind of the circumstances of that. Make a persuasion roll as you do that. With advantage, because of the medallion.
Okay.
Nice.
My -1 made me nervous.
It made me feel icky.
You see him looking around still quite a bit, and he says, I'm not supposed to let anyone in.
Real quick, I want to roll something for my own personal discretion. Okay.
Sure.
Doing two.
Yolai sort of like looks Lorraine up and down, eyes squinted, sort of in a scrutinizing gaze.
So from my understanding then, you've addressing this situation, you're what, trying to stop it?
Absolutely. Have you seen anything of the massive pink crystals that have been erupting and destroying things? They destroyed a church in town recently, in fact.
And he has heard of that. He has heard of that, but doesn't know too much about what it was or what caused it.
I've heard words carried amongst the crowds, yes.
The cult of... Sorry, go ahead.
No, he just said what of it.
The cult of that which lurks beneath, which is this guy. They have been buying slaves and committing heinous acts of human sacrifice to summon these powerful otherworldly crystals to destroy the holy sites and seats of power of the other gods.
It's quite a lot to take in, but I have no reason to doubt you. I don't see why you would lie. And I am to assume, then, that you've been doing this on your own, you and your group here?
Yes, it's been exhausting and terrifying, and I only came here to take care of some affairs for my aunt who passed away. Actually, no, my cousin who passed away. Sorry, he didn't mess that up. I did. My cousin who passed away, and that was that was back in a little harbor town when one of the crystals was summoned, and it's been a nightmare since then, and I've been so alone.
I'm laughing at your tears.
Tells the auntie her whole life backstory.
Flutter my eyelashes at the auntie.
With the manifested echo within the mesh of the gate.
Sorry, say that again.
Within the manifested echo that is past the mesh of the gate, he's going to look up. Also, I would like to say for flavor, the echo looks like it could be a version of Threftis, perhaps one of elfin heritage. It's definitely him, but with vast differences of race. He's going to look up at the guard, offer a little bit of a head turn, and go, I'm sorry, but I have my needs as you yours, and with Manifest Echo, you can magically swap places with the Echo at the cost of 15 of your movement speed.
And
So
you're
you just turn into an elf.
oh,
Yeah,
I was sorry. I was.
The Echo looks like an elven.
There's this like
of
ghostly version of him.
Yeah,
behind
it's
the
like
bar.
a
Oh, it's like
ghostly,
okay. I thought it was just like basically a copy of you as an elf. I'm like, poof, prize,
Yeah,
race chain. I'm like,
And
what?
then that Echo would be here where Threftis just was, and Threftis would be where the Echo just was, which he's going for inside the gate to look for a way to open it.
Got it. So your physical form is beyond the portcullis.
Beyond the portcullis and the Echo, which is a there's a word. What's ethereal? Ethereal, faded purple shade of what he would look like as an elf.
Now the guard can't see that he's inside from there, can he? He just saw him disappear and,
Well, he
and turn
can't
into
see
a
the
ghost.
Echo that's standing there now. Yeah.
Well, the guard does not. From where the guard is standing, he cannot see within there. 1 second, Reslin.
Right.
Let's see how this plays out first, Reslin, and then so. Does your character look like a normal? Does your ethereal form look normal, or does he have to make some kind of saving throw or something?
You could tell it's an ethereal form, and it just looks like Threftis as if he was an elf, because the Echoes are different realities of himself.
Got it.
So, but yes, you can obviously tell there is a
it's a
vast
magical
difference.
translucent image.
Yeah, that's just kind of standing where he was.
So. The guard, I'm going to make a roll for him to see if he notices anything suspicious with that.
No.
What are you playing at, Tiefling? Answer now. What are you playing at? Sorry, you're not a Tiefling. You're human, right?
Yes, he's very human.
What are you playing at there, soldier?
He's going to Threftis is while responding, looking for a lever or anything that could potentially open the gate.
So the guard raises his crossbow. I'll have Sandro and Ulrich roll an insight, please. Because your angle. And then I will have.
That good enough for you, Steve?
Yeah, Zathtis make a investigation while they do that. So Sandro, you see that the guard he feels alone. You can tell that he's a bit younger to be a guard, and he was sort of left behind as the others went to go help with larger problems in the city. He's very unsure of himself, and he's sort of raising the crossbow without actual intent to shoot it. He's more kind of scared that he's put in this situation with very little preparation.
Personally, ignore that.
Sandra will give him like a kind reaffirming nod and just look back towards the portcullis, just kind of like disregarding him.
Zothrates, you see the lever. It's not a lever. It's more of an actual what's the word I'm searching for? It's like a crank. You have to actually crank it, and it requires great strength. But you did find it. It's not too far further past the portcullis around the stone corner. So.
Can I try to crank that? Is it a one-person job?
You can. Out of character quickly. How long does your manifesto echo last for?
I do not think
until he gets rid of it.
Until I get rid of it, yeah. So
damn, son. All right. Well, you can make a strength roll. Go ahead.
Or until he gets knocked out.
Oh.
Your first attempt is it really wears you out. it's a lot bigger, and there's a lot more tension in it, more than you thought. And in fact, it's also you notice that there's one on the other side as you do that, and you're essentially trying to push one of the two by yourself, which is extremely difficult, especially for the size of the chains. You can make one more attempt to see if you are able to do so.
Alright, he's going to put his heart and soul into this one.
If only we had a bard to inspire him.
The portcullis raises about a third of the way up with your
Sliding
strength.
under.
Yeah, he's in a like strained voice, holding it like his foot's on it, both his hands are on it. Strange shape.
Got it. So Sandro slides through. He does sort of like a slide. The guard is scared and makes a shot at the soldier's phantom echo.
Okay.
Is anybody else doing anything else?
Whoa there's a diplomat here. It's all right, son. It's going to be okay.
Yeah, so I
We're
was
here
just
to
about
help.
to interject.
Go ahead, Flowers. Yeah.
Sandra. I'm sorry, not Sandra. I was just reading that name. Yolai. Oh damn! I don't have a moment to do I have a moment to interrupt before he fires, or have we already gone past that?
You can, because I didn't actually do initiative, which is kind of protocol. So go ahead.
Okay.
You see him like beginning to be really nervous and janky. Go ahead.
Yeah, you raise. Okay. Yolai, observing the situation quietly, within his own mind, going over all the information that he's been given and the honesty that Lorien has presented him with. He'll take a few steps forward and hold a hand up in like a sort of flat palm raised up towards the soldier. You there, guard. Stay your hand. I'm Yola, a representative of the pureblood Yuan-Ti of Venzia. And I'll, with my other hand, take the brooch from my, my breast and hold it up so he can see the silver crest and the emerald inside. As you can see, I am permitted entrance to the Grand Library. I seek refuge in an important business. That's myself, and these noble folk pass.
You see him about to pull the trigger on the crossbow, and he is looking over each person repeatedly. He is looking them up and down, and he says, "Let me see that brooch." And he takes a closer look at it, and he sees that it is indeed real.
While this is happening, right, like he's still like straining to hold the gate open. Like,
Yeah,
we need to make a choice. Don't
Absolutely. Make a. I want to say, what is it? Fortitude or Constitution? I forget how this shit works. Let me see. There's
Fortitude is
F2s.
not a thing in 5e.
I know. I'm fucking crazy. Make a. We're going to do an athletics roll. Make an athletics roll. No, sorry, strength check. Strength check. Straight strength.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
With a 16, believe it or not, the portcullis actually closes, but the man on top of the gate vanishes from view from the ramparts.
Just lets out a struggled breath as he steps back from it. He just couldn't hold it up that
He
long.
peers below, and you hear a cranking sound, for those of you who are outside, and Zethertes, you see him cranking the other one, giving you assistance opening the gate.
Okay. And with that, they can both, I assume, with two people cranking it, it opens without much
Yes,
problem?
it does. It does. It
Echo
opens.
is also going to fade away as he doesn't.
What happened? Sorry, I got a phone call.
He's helping opening the
guarded.
gate. He's helping to open the gate, but you can see that he has sweat upon his brow, and he's still keeping an eye on all of you as he does so to make sure he's not going to be backstabbed or anything like that.
Can I assist the guard? Kind of like even it out since
you can. It
actually probably
puts him at ease. And Lorien, Rohal puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "Please, it means a lot to me if you research this ferry. I need to go back and help Nimlalwe. It's the least I could do for all of you. I'm glad you made it in safely."
I will.
And he leaves the party back to help Nimlalwe, who was injured in saving those in a fire. And all of you enter great library.
Thriftus wants to pat this guard and the soldier and tell him he did good, and he can go as far as he thinks he can.
He's extremely flustered and still bewildered of the whole situation, and is still unsure if he did the right or wrong thing.
As Yolai steps through the portcullis, I assume everybody has already moved through the gate, and everybody's now in this like courtyard.
Yes.
All right. Yolai will look between everybody. I apologize for my late interruption. I had to be certain that I was putting my eggs in the right basket, so to speak. If you are all who this fine gentleman says who you are, then I will aid however I may.
Oh, thank you. You don't know how much that means to me. I really appreciated it. It's been very hard carrying this burden alone, and I can tell you're a very capable person.
Is she like faking this shit? Can I roll like
insight? Well, no. So you're not an actual player, so I don't throw insight. But just out of character, because I know I'm throwing you into this whole like deep plot line. She's actually telling the truth. She is actually he. So Lorian's character actually changes.
I'm a she right now.
Are you? I thought you were a he right now.
I thought that
you are a she. Okay, from the destroyed cathedral, right? Okay, yeah, I lost track. So basically, Lorian's character is very sensitive to these otherworldly crystals, and she has one in possession and has recently turned back into a she. So currently, she is a she, and she is in fact genuine.
Okay. Well, then replace my gentleman a minute ago with lady.
Yes, but she is, and he is very androgynous. Regardless, very, very fair, elven, blonde, tall, very has a gentle complexion, no scars or anything like that. And then Yolai does follow you through the portcullis. You now enter.
Very noble bearing too.
Yo, Brendan, what's your vibe like right now?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You just haven't said anything. I wanted to make sure you were like.
I mean, I'm just here. Yeah.
I know the tune for some, but it's gonna fuck me up until I remember it. Oh no.
Alright, so let me grab a few images here. One moment, please. Gotta pull them out of the archive. Ooh, gotta turn the music down too. There we go. Okay.
Should I'll DM this to you just in case we want to keep this.
I'm really feeling this ambient music.
Yeah, bro. Also, I totally forgot. This was Cletus, by the way. I totally forgot to share that with you.
Oh my god!
It is Cleftus! Oh, we had
Steve, I used that same picture for a farmer named Cleftus in my game.
Seriously? No shit! Yeah. That's great, dude! I had no clue. Dude, total random. Total random.
Bro,
hold on, let me get I think I have a screndshot still. Yeah, no.
We fucking loved Cleftus too. We went drinking with him like after every adventure.
Wow.
So you have this fellow sitting before you at the desk, and this young man to his right.
He looks creepy. Wait, what?
Well, this is happening too. Thriftus wants to look at these open books unless he's stopped by anyone. Just one of them. I'm just going to pick one at random.
Well, before you do that, I would like you all to make a perception roll. And you totally can do that in just a moment.
Okay.
Should I do one as well?
Ooh!
You don't, well... So Flowers is in a weird position. He's sort of like an NPC, so I kind of just give him shit for free because he's doing all the RP. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but it's sort of like I will consider it co-DMing in a sense. So you don't have to make a roll, no. So all of you, even without you all made a sufficient enough roll to see that there are what are called homunculus throughout this room, and all of you know that. So I will explain out of character, but all of you know in character. Even Sandra will know that a homunculus is a small being that is created by a wizard and through blood magic, and it is bound to a wizard to do tasks. It's a small little weak creature which is a servant and does tasks. It is a pathetic little creature which is created through the clay, through mandrake, and through blood, and through magic.
It's
you
from Total Minor Forge. Has anyone seen that game before?
Is it?
Play the fuck out of that game when I was young.
Is it?
I was wondering where this is from. from? Fuck yeah!
So I saw it on Roll20. I'm like, oh, this would be so nice for just like a chill like library like exploration. Anyway, I had to throw it in there.
Yeah, wow.
I gotta look into that.
Right.
I gotta look into that. And homunculi.
Dude.
One other thing that you also all know about homunculi, because they're considered fairly mundane and fairly common in this world, is that when a homunculi receives any type of damage or is hurt, its blood bonded owner through Arcana takes the same damage as well, and that's all you know. And you can see that they're actually working as scribes. You also know that they don't speak; they can understand the language of their blood-bound wizard, but they cannot speak themselves. However, they do have the ability to transcribe things. So they're here working on these desks to restore books. They're fixing the bindings of books, and they're also doing some transcribing. So they're here working as servants in this great library. And this is the lobby. Keep in mind, you all do have a map of the great library. You don't know whether it's accurate or not, but this is indicated as the library, the lobby. Sorry. And yes, you said you wanted to look at one of the books. You can go ahead. You can go ahead and do that. Yeah. Go ahead. Make an investigation on that one.
Hey, what up? My name's Thestus. I'm 39 years old and I never fucking learned how to read.
So even with the two, you see that this book has sort of been left there. It needs to be worked on. It's severely damaged, and it seems to be a book on the language of Goblin. It's like almost like a dictionary, a translation of Goblin, and a breakdown of the language.
How similar is Goblin to Orcish?
It's very similar. It's similar. It's kind of like I want to say similar to like Mandarin and Cantonese almost, but even more further apart.
Yeah, so Beth's is gonna take one look at this, realize he doesn't know what any of that means, and but the option of different languages intrigues him. Is there any of these books that perhaps might be in deep speech?
You do not see any other books in this room from where you're standing that have anything to do with deep speech or even other languages.
Oh,
from where you're standing.
Special one.
This just seems to be a room where there's some transcribing to be done, restoration, and part of the restoration is transcribing. In fact, they're actually just copying over some more damaged books onto fresh paper and ink, parchment.
Okay. He's gonna make sure not to disturb the book or turn the page or anything like that. He doesn't want to infringe. And he's gonna make his way up to the Baron? Is this who this was? Byron
Okay. Is his name.
Is this the person Threftus wanted to see?
No, you do not recognize this man at all.
I'm gonna need someone else to take over because Threftus doesn't know everything that's going on.
Should we just walk by this guy? This isn't what we're looking for, right? Just ignore him. Just let him be.
Excuse me. Who are you?
Yes, we have a number of things that we need to take care of. My name is Lorian. I don't know if it's Lorian Ember Tongue or something like that. I don't know, but anyway.
Ember Tongue? No.
I don't remember.
Ender Tongue?
No, I don't remember what my character's last name is because apparently I never wrote it down. Okay, I'm not saying that in character, obviously.
Your character's having a panic attack. What's my last name?
Who am I?
Yes.
Kill Godadar without a last name.
I don't think we even ever figured out what my house is or anything. I'm nobility though. I'm gonna throw forth my noble.
Welcome to the Great Library. My name is Byron. I'm here to help you. What are you looking for?
Well, a number of things. I am, for one thing, looking for information that you might have on this. And I pull out the box of the dead fairy. This is an invisible dead fairy.
He looks at you quizzically and says, I see nothing but a box. What are you talking about?
Put your hand in the box. Don't worry, there's no pain in there or anything like that. Just put your hand in the box and you can feel it.
have a gift for you. What is it? It is pain.
That is peculiar. You realize that I here am the lore master, and I don't deal with dead things.
Well, it used to be alive. Do you know anything of the Fae? We have a compatriot who's dealing to a wounded fellow at the time being, because, the city's on fire.
If you make your way through the main hallway and through the information chamber, you can find the chamber on Fae just to the right of the intersection.
Wonderful, thank you so much. I put I close the box again and put it back in my bag.
See Byron look at the short bald man with still some blood along the ridges of his clothes. And he has a concerned look at Sandro.
I'm not bald, I got a hat.
I look at him and I say, there was a dragon attack in the city. I'm not sure if you heard.
Yes, I heard some shouts and cries, but that doesn't bother the lore master, for I'm safe in here with my books.
Yes, and we've brought this lovely fellow, Yolo. Sorry.
Yolai.
I know. Yolo's so much funny.
Come forth,
Yola.
come forth. Produce the brooch. I did hear that you were into town. Come forth.
Of course. Now, I'll walk forward and show him the brooch.
You see him open up a separate book and page through a few things, and he says, "You of the Pure Blood 1T, yes?"
Indeed, I am their representative.
Venzia, or Venzaya as you folk call them, yes?
Indeed.
Very well, and these are, you can vouch for these other strange individuals, especially this one here with the blood on the fringes of his clothes, yes?
I had prestidigitation cast on me there.
I did my best, okay?
Very
Yes,
well.
I can, despite their interesting appearance.
He motions to the young man to his right and says, "Fenric, will you see to it that these individuals get exactly what they're looking for, and make sure that they don't touch the books too much. The oils on the fingers, of course, it damages the pages, the ink."
Is that actually a thing?
Yeah,
of course
actually,
it's a thing.
That's absolutely. I used to scan books that were like.
No, that was a
400
Sandra
people.
question, not a me question.
Oh, okay. And I retract my statement.
It's like Sandra doesn't read books. It was all like carved in stone and bone. There was no.
I turned to Sandro. Yes, that is in fact a thing.
Huh.
Byron pauses and slowly gives you a look up and down again, as if to indicate that he's doing so, and says, "Yes. Yes, it is. Now, Fenric, make sure that these individuals find exactly what they're looking for. Do you understand, boy?"
God, what is that?
What the fuck? What the fuck? What did I just miss?
I run in terror from
I kill it.
I can't even understand. You can't
I'm
understand
sorry.
what it's saying.
Maybe I have the wrong filter.
Steve,
Like,
get
have the
your
wrong
normal voice. Just talk a little bit higher pitch. Jesus
Alright,
Christ.
God damn.
Oh my god, that was
It's
hilarious.
so fucked.
Holy
It's so
fuck.
fucked.
You just
Okay.
obliterated us.
Okay, alright, I will not use that changer. Maybe I used the wrong one. Wrong. I might have used the wrong setting. But Fenric. Okay. Alright.
Jesus.
Alright, no voice changer today. Yeah. So Fenric nods silently to Byron and says yes.
God.
This is why I hired Flowers to do the crazy shit, alright?
Flowers could say he is a radio host. He can do this.
And Byron says, "What exactly can I help you with today?"
Is there anything that my character can remember distinctly about the person he wants to meet here?
You remember that he was rather gaunt very thin, almost anorexic, and he was an experienced wizard, but he is retired now. And you remember that he had a beard, white. I mean, he looked like a wizard. He was old, human, or half elf rather. He was half elf, and you just know that he was associated with the library.
Threftless is going to move his hand over his eyes, struggling to still remember. There was once a friend of mine. He had a unhealthy weight to him. Extremely underweight, looked like he could snap under the wind. Half elf. That's all I can remember about him. It fades. Do you know anyone like that might be here?
As you say that, you see the ears of some of the homunculi perk up and look toward you. And Byron does respond. He says, "Of course the Lawmaster knows. It's Cassius Cornwallis. You can find him.
Cornwallis.
You can find him somewhere, and well, he lurks about, almost like a zombie throughout these chambers. I can't tell you exactly where he is, but yes, he is here."
Thank you. That's what I'm here for. Thrifties doesn't really believe he has a need for the young one next to Byron. So the area to the left and the right, those are two different hallways, if I remember the map correctly?
So there's a large hallway behind Byron that goes straight forward, and then there's a slightly smaller one to the right and left.
Okay. I'm looking here. I'm just looking. Okay. Yes, Threfty's going to make his way behind Byron then, because he wants to make way towards the information hawks. That's where he believes he might find.
All right. So we have we have Zathrates heading upward. What would everyone else like to do? Would they like to follow him, or would they like to do something else?
I'm gonna go towards. I'm gonna go north. I guess yes.
We all want to go the same way, right?
Because we're gonna go towards where the Fae room is.
So we're going to the information room right now.
Very good.
And the Fae room is pretty good anyway, because it's like right next to the